All right, in this video, we're going to teach you guys how to multiply decimals. So the first thing that we ask ourselves is this going to be a positive or a negative answer? Well, both signs are the same, so that results in a positive answer. So now what we're going to do is multiply these numbers like the decimal and pretend like the decimal was not there at all. So instead of saying 5 times 1.6, what we're going to do is pretend like this 1.6 is 16 and then multiply it by 5. So we now have 16 times 5. So this will result in an answer of 80. Now what we do is we deal with the decimal side of it. So if you look at that last bullet point right there, as far as your steps go, it says to count up the total number of decimal places. And what this means is we look at each number and we see if there's any decimals. Well, in the first number, 1.6, there is. So what we do is we count over to the right and make it a whole number. It takes one decimal hop to get to a whole number. 5 does not have any decimal hops, so we just put a 0. And then we add up those decimal hops. So I have 1 plus 0 is 1. So that means in my final answer, I will have 1 decimal hop. So 5 times 1.6 is 8. Now, to show you another example, we have this really long looking number, but we're going to follow the exact same rules. Now, as far as figuring out if this is a positive or a negative, again, go refer back to Mr. De La Garza's video, but I'm going to give you a short review. We teach our kids the triangle method or the tic-tac-toe method or same signs or positive. So I'm going to talk about this triangle method. What happens is I have a negative, so I cross off this negative right here, times another negative, so I cross off that negative, and the only sign that is left over is this nice positive right here. That means that our final answer is going to be a positive answer. So now that we know that it is positive, we are going to line up these numbers as if the decimal was not there. So I have 0.0358 times 1.7. So I want you to notice I did not line up my decimals. I treated these two numbers as if the decimal was not there. So if you were to cover up those two zeros in that top number, it would look like 358 times 17. And that's how I'm going to treat it. So 8 times 7 is 56. So I'm going to put my 6 down, put my 5. 7 times 5 plus 5 is 40. Carry my 4. And 3 times 7 plus 4 is 25. I bring down my 0 for the next row, and then 8, 5, and 3. So what I'm going to do here is add up my numbers. So I have a 6, an 8, a 10, and a 6. So what I do now, again, is I count up my decimal hops. So I take my decimal and hop it as far to the right as I need to make it a whole number. So in this top one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal hops. In the second one, it is 1 decimal hop. So that means in my total answer, I'm going to have 5 decimal hops. So what I do at the bottom here is I start over at the right, and I hop, 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 hop. And I have my decimal here. Now, I have an empty hop space. So that means I will fill that empty hop space with a 0. So the final answer is 0.06086. Now, to dispel the myth, so many kids say, "Man, Miss Irvin, that's a big number." But it really isn't big. This is actually less than 1. This is just a long number. And yes, it is a very long number, and all those numbers are important. So I hope this video helps you with multiplying decimals.